Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 127 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names are...
Ben, level 7, Gnome Wizard, Windsor Wallaby. Mr. Wiggles, placeholder intro.
Meow.
Carla,
I told you I was gonna do
the
it.
Integrity Addleberry of Wildcliff School of the Arcane, who's a level 7 Tiefling Roguelock. Integrity. I already said that part. She's a level 7 Tiefling Roguelock. This is Artis's song.
I thought you were about to rap.
Do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the plains, across the hard gray rocks, under my student's pocket. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
That actually sounded really pretty, though. It's so
That was.
sad.
Dang.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. What can I say but fidam?
And I am Sam, and I play the level 7 human sorceress Serenep Cinderman. A thought aspect, if you will. What if we took the pebble, threw it on the ground, and said Artis's name? Would he come out as a Pokemon?
But then he could only say his own name.
Artis Artesian.
Artis.
Artis Artesian.
That would be awful.
Artis.
Ew.
That's what he sounds
No,
like.
I think he'd say it sounding really dejected. He'd just go, oh, Artis.
Artesian.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets,
This was last week.
the students recovered in the infirmary, conjuring a familiar cat in this unfamiliar place, and hatching a plan to find out when and where they actually are. Serenepth repotted her sweetling before the four went on their quest across a crammed campus to find a potential version of their mentor. Failing this, they asked a 10-foot-tall clockwork golem with a spherical head if this was a real person. And the students quickly learnt that there was no independent researchers by the names of Artis Artesian or Fidan Artesian. There was, however, a student by the name of Fidan Peslum. And that, dear listeners and dear players, is where we find ourselves right now. You are on a campus known as Wildcliff School of the Arcane. You're very familiar with it at this point, I would hope. You're standing in the breezeway in front of the dining hall. You had been speaking or had been spoken to by this 10-foot-tall clockwork golem. Very familiar looking.
Eerily familiar. Like a ghost
Sweeping.
from the past.
Like a cracked egg on the ground.
No.
But anywho's, they just told you this info after Mira asked.
What?
Whoa!
There's a Fidan Peslum at this school? I can't believe it.
Oh, that's how you say their name?
Are you okay, Mira?
Thank you so much. Your name is...
I am Toll.
Wait, where do we find this student? Do you know Toll?
I cannot give you the information of where to find other students on campus. Are you all right? You seemed to have trouble saying the word student. Do you need to go to the infirmary?
No, I'm good. Well, do you trade that information for anything? I know you might know someone who does that with gossip. Is there any can you tell us if we ask nicely or
My primary goal, make a persuasion check, actually.
Okay.
I don't want to stonewall you here. Will be quite difficult,
Stonewall. 14 plus 7 is, what is that, 23?
21.
21. I know how to do math.
Yeah, you did it great. First try, Sarah. I'll cut out you saying 21 so that it... 21.
K-pop music starts to play.
I am not convinced.
Sorry, the DC was a 22.
Please go away.
Can you describe, why is this such a persuasive argument, Mira? Because
I think it's the fact that I very much, we all look like we're not doing very well. My arm's a little banged up. Everyone's having a bit of a rough time. Perhaps my asking and sounding a little bit desperate has evoked some concern from Toll.
As it
You
seems...
might be in danger, you don't know.
it is not regular protocol to give away the locations of students, as it might be a safety concern. And my number one priority is the safety of this campus as a whole. However, as it seems to be an urgent matter, I could direct you towards her dormitory so that you might wait for her there.
That would be really, really helpful. Thank you so much.
It is on room 304 in the Eastern building.
Thank you. Have a good day, Toll.
You as well, students. And they continue to sweep Winsler.
As we like move past Toll, I wanna just like gently like hold their like metal hand in my hand and just like rub over it like gently, and I'm like I'm sorry.
You seem quite familiar.
This is what happens where people. Oh my god, this is what happens. This is where people go when they die, which means Alina's dead.
Why is the artist here then?
Oh shit.
I'm so sorry. And I'm just gonna keep moving on.
Did you make a mess of something?
I sure did.
Oh, as you all walk away. So what's going on? Tell me what's happening. Tell me what you do.
The plan for me is to go to the dorm, but
yeah. Like, we're assuming that this is, like, when they say Eastern dorm, that is still there, right? Like,
Oh, it's absolutely there. You can see it. It's within Toll probably pointed at it and was like, that one, in case you don't know cardinal directions.
Who else lives in the Eastern dorm?
That's a rough question.
The people who live in the Eastern dorm.
Yes.
Like, where does
you all remember that information?
No.
Frick.
Like, I know that Winsler and Integrity are in, like, the same proximal
Yeah, I know
area.
that information. I'm fairly certain that Winsler and Integrity live in the Eastern dorm. But yeah, we'll just say, hey, yeah, Integrity and Winsler live in the Eastern dorm.
Retcon.
Even if that wasn't the case in the past, I don't care. They live in the Eastern dorm.
Let's go meet your doppelgangers.
We haven't been in our dorms in literal months, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're not gonna. Oh, sorry.
While we go there, do you think that we can stop by maybe my room if it's still there?
I mean, from when you were talking to the assistant, it sounds like we're still students here, so your dorm could still be there, but I can't guarantee it will be the same room.
We can just try and check. I mean, we'll be there anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we can try to figure that out. It seems like it's almost like 2 times like mashed together. So I don't know if the room would even be yours, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, and if it isn't, I guess we break into another room.
Oh my god.
Jeez. And so with that, the 4 of you make your way. Again, it's not super crowded right now. People are in classes or eating. It's around lunch-ish. It's sub-lunch, as it were. Not as in you're eating submarine sandwiches, but just the moments leading to lunch.
But what about like sub-lunch Saturdays or something? Where we actually do eat
Subway
subs.
caters the lunch? What?
No, it's just like all the food available at lunch on Saturday are just sub sandwiches.
Yeah,
that's true. That's the truth.
Yes.
I don't see why it can't be true.
Yes.
So, the 4 of you proceed towards the Eastern dormitory. You enter through the front and begin to climb the stairs, the well-kept and well-cleaned stairs. And Integrity, if I remember properly, I think this is the case, that your room is like on the 6th or 7th floor, so it's a ways up there. Winslow, you're closer to the bottom levels, like the 3rd floor even, like 2nd or 3rd floor, I don't recall. It's not incredibly important.
Not high.
So are you going to go to Fidan Peslam's room first, or are you going to climb up and away?
Like, it makes sense to stop by Fidan's room first, just because, like, that's the first thing that we pass.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's just like, if they're not there, since we have to wait, I would want to check out if the room that was mine is still mine.
Okay. Perfect.
If the people that we know still exist.
Perfect. Give me just but a moment, please, and thank you, while I look at a list.
A list?
I'm worried.
Of who's still alive and who's dead.
Correct.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
What if we all died yesterday night?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Are you being serious?
God.
This is just like the shitty, like, quote-unquote paradise Wildcliff, except it's not a paradise. It's just more mundane than it usually is, but nothing happens.
No, this is a
True.
paradise.
Sarah is holding up a pair of D20s to the camera for listeners. So you walk to the third floor. You climb to the third floor along this set of stairs and walk the length of the hallway. Very quickly on the right, it is room 304. The nameplate says... Actually, there are no nameplates. I rescind even stating that into the world that there are nameplates.
All nameplates among all doors suddenly vanish.
Yes, everywhere. You all might know that your rooms have nameplates on them. Your last names are on the nameplates. This floor, this third floor, Winsler, this floor that your room is also on, there's no nameplates on the doors, and the doors are like a wispy wooden material, very thin, very fragile looking doors.
Like someone could just like kick it in and
like
their
someone could-
foot would come out at the other end.
It's correct, Ben. Yes. You see room 304. The door looms in front of you, jiggling at the handle. If you'd even want to do that, sorry for speaking for you. What do you do?
I feel like we'd knock. I feel like that's the respectful thing to do.
No, we kick it down.
I don't know why I assumed you guys would just try to open the door.
Kick.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Well, that's someone we don't know at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just respectful to
Yeah, but has
not-
that stopped us before?
Very true.
You knock on the door. Who does it? Who knocks? All of you at once, as is tradition?
We all
I
knock.
would just not.
At the same time, so that it sounds like one knock. We've been through this.
One
Yes.
loud knock.
So
Okay,
as you
1,
all
2, 3, go.
as you all communally knock on the door, you hear a knock that does not sound like it has rung out from hitting wood. It sounds like you've hit glass.
Huh?
And the door itself almost gains this shattered mirror-like appearance to it. It like drifts out from the 4 points of contact where your hands had met the door and just seems to like spread like ivy or like moss over the door itself. Not onto the walls and not onto the floor, but around the doorknob, onto the room 304 little iron sign or iron lettering that was on like fastened to the door itself. It all takes on this shattered mirror-like quality after you knock on it.
What the fuck? I didn't even hit that strongly.
Weird.
Hello? Hi?
The door drifts open inwards, not fully open, just ajar, a small crack, and you feel a very cold breeze blow out of there. Almost like you've opened the door to like a cellar or a cold room.
Push it open all the way.
Oh my god, I can't believe her roommate is Faramel.
Oh.
We figured it out. How the
Listen, we
fuck
could
didn't
use some of
Artis
that.
know?
We could use some of that cool air right now.
So you push the door open fully. Inside, you see a familiar sight. The typical setup of this dorm rooms. The type that you, Integrity and Winsler are used to. The same layout with the beds in on the right, work tables, and like a bookshelf, a wardrobe of sorts immediately in front of you, and then like a bathing room that's partitioned off, right, with a door. But everything has this mirror finish to it, this cracked, specifically, mirror finish to it. The windows themselves are swung open, and through them you can see just what looks like a tundra, almost, extending beyond, with a furious snowstorm raging outside, as you feel this cold draft hit you.
And it's not snowing out there, right? Like it's not snowing. It's just snowing through that window.
It
Something's
seems to
fucky.
be.
Is this
Something
like it
seems-
was in Isithel?
It distinctly, Mira, you don't even make a nature check for this one, but you live pretty far north. You and Integrity both live pretty far north. This just seems like how what a northern storm would be like, if that makes sense. Like what a terrible blizzard in the middle of winter would be like. Nothing that seemed like it would not be this early in the year. Like you might get some light snowfall now, but maybe there might be one or two horrible storms that have happened in your entire lifetime that even come close to this. But even then, you Mira live in like the woods on like a lake town, right? And so Integrity, you live in an actual lake town. And so this like just snow and flat land for as far as the eye can see, no trees or anything, is not normal for like winter imagery. And then even beyond that, like you would expect if you were to look out the window here, you would see the structures of campus covered in snow, but you don't. You just see this like tundra-esque landscape extend out.
Is it very much like almost like there are like two sort of physical worlds here that have been like sort of smashed together in this incongruous way? Because that's like the vibe that I've been getting from this entire thing.
Yeah, tell me then if you stepped across, like you've stepped into the room at this point. Have all of you done so?
Yes.
I think I would have put at least a foot in.
I think
like to check around.
Yeah.
I don't think Sereneth would. I don't know what just happened there. I don't think I would step into the room, but I kind of like leaning, kind of like watching my friends go and kind of like leaning in slightly to like try and get an understanding of like what exactly is happening.
Okay. So as you step into the room then, Mira, to investigate further, and your friends follow behind, and Sereneth kind of peeks in, partially just to make sure that everything's okay, and also just out of genuine curiosity due to the situation at hand. You feel this similar or a very familiar pull on your almost gut, right? As if you've just been like, almost like it's trying to pull you down towards the ground, as if gravity for some reason just got way stronger when you stepped into this room. You all feel that. Even you, Sereneth, who just pokes your head in. It lasts for just a moment and then passes. And like a small wave of nausea washes over you, but nothing as bad as it was in that Shioran ruin of a room, if you know what I mean. But that alone, I think, might set you off, Mira, specifically if you're like asking about it or thinking about that in specific. Like, does this feel like a place where worlds have been smashed together, was your specific wording, or close to that, I think?
Yeah.
I think it might feel that way, yes. These feel like disparate things, yes.
I would like to throw a coin in.
Okay.
And try to like make it go turn around and see if everything is still real.
Huh?
So clarify for me. I apologize. Had you stepped across? So Mira stepped into this room.
Oh,
you're gonna throw a coin in after her?
Okay, never mind then.
Oh,
so
okay.
Mira's still real.
I apologize. Mira, as she steps in, looks to be still real. Yes. A bit of frost as she stands there for a few moments begins to form on her metal arm as it cools very quickly. It gets very cold on the skin that it's actually touching, Mira, like uncomfortably so. Winsler, did you step in the room? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, excellent. Out of the corner of your eye then, Winsler, and Sereneth too, the peeker, Sereneth, you might see this broken mirror-like texture that's on everything. It almost looks like it's like you can definitely see your own reflection in it. Like as you move about the room, it's difficult to like judge distance even because it's all reflections. It's almost like one of those mirror fun houses, right? Hall of Mirrors. And you, Winsler and Sereneth, I think would start to notice that the primary part of the reflection, or the reflection of yourself that you can see, are your own eyes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sereneth, that might not stand out to you immediately because you're only just peeking into the room. But Winsler, as you like walk in and you're fully standing in the room, you feel this pull on your stomach as if gravity has just gotten worse for a moment. And then you see eyes staring back from those mirrors. Yours, in a sense, mostly. Mostly, yes.
Ugh.
Some of them
so
are
it
not.
feels like they're being watched almost.
Yeah, I think that feeling watched is yes, there's an overwhelming feeling of being watched while you're standing in this room. But it might be weird because it's almost like you're being watched by yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Would you like to do anything, Winsler?
I kind of want to tap my finger against one of the like reflections almost.
Yeah. Was there anything specific that you tap?
Like
anything
sort of
in
like
this room?
You said everything has like that glossy finish on it,
like
right?
you can you can see these objects. It's difficult to make them out and like move around the room, but you can still make out that there's objects. Like there's the pillows, but the pillows have this mirror finish to them. There's the sheets, which are blowing in the wind almost, that still have this broken mirror finish to them, broken mirror texture to them. So is there anything specific you touch, or just generally you would touch at the texture?
I'll do it on the bed sheets.
Okay, you touch at the bed sheets. They feel like cloth to your touch, but as you do touch, the eyes all kind of blink and then grow in the reflection, almost like it's gotten closer to the reflection. I said that as I moved away from my mic, almost like the eyes got closer to the mirror.
That's really creepy.
And you'll hear a voice in your head, Winsler, specifically, that will weakly, as if from miles away, yelling at you, right? Like, imagine this might be a thing that you can actually relate to as Winsler. There were likely times when you were still living on your parents' farm, where they'd be out in the field, or someone would be you'd be out in the field, they'd be at the house and yelling out for you, right? And that would be like over the distance of like a mile or something, just like this very distant shout, right? But you hear that almost now, just as you touch the sheets, and those eyes grow closer. And some of them are your own eyes reflected. Others of them look not of this world. Some of them look like Integrities or Miras or Serenepths, but some of them look like not eyes of someone that is in this room. Not eyes like on a face either, just this isolated eye, which might be a startling thing after the confrontation with that demon in the basement not too long ago.
We don't like eyes.
But I do want to very clearly state that it's not similar to that. They're almost...
It's just like a different sort of like...
They're almost bulbous, right?
Ew.
Or bulging eyes, if that makes sense. And you will hear this distant shout that says, "Please keep trying to find a replacement." Like echoing on the wind. Or like floating on the wind almost.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, for the dude. It's the dude. It's the shepherd, right?
Yeah.
Oh, could it be?
Oh, with all the eyes
Could
and
it
the
be
replacement?
with the
Yeah.
eyes and the mirrors? Really?
Dude, I've
Could
been
it be?
trying.
I don't know.
Whose voice is that?
Question:
Is
Is
that
it
the god
just
talking
Winsler?
to me?
Is it just Winsler that hears this, or
Only Winsler hears this,
Okay.
Serenepth. Yes.
Okay,
But-
well, I'm just gonna pull my hand away.
Yeah, as you pull your hand away, you hear a voice come from behind you that says, "Oh, why are you all in my room?"
Ah!
I turn around.
You turn around, Mira. You find yourself all of a sudden in a very plain-looking dorm room. As all of you shift suddenly, Winsler. As soon as Winsler like lets go of that sheet, you all just kind of like spin to see who the hell is addressing you. Serenep, the voice comes like from right next to you. And the room seems by all senses to just be a regular room. The windows no longer seem to be open and blowing. Or if they are, it's like a cold autumn wind and not that blizzardy, snowy wind. There's no more mirror finish. You just see a giant pile of books on one of the desks, these unmade beds, this just messy, just very, very, very gross looking room, like not well kept room.
This world just keeps getting fuckier and fuckier.
But it just looks like a normal dorm room again, to make sense of that. Just one that hasn't been tidied up. And in the hallway, standing there holding like a leather knapsack that's over one shoulder, is a girl that has a hell of a lot of freckles on her face, just like absolutely loaded with them, and like this short auburn hair. She seems to be tired or doesn't look like she's slept well. Not in the sense of like it's been a long day, in the sense of like it does not look like she got much sleep last night, like big bags under the eyes. You, Winsler, and like Mira can identify this very easily, seeing as both of your roommates never sleep a wink, or very often oversleep and such things. But it looks very intense bags under the eyes, like a purpling. And she is almost holding her knapsack with two hands, like backing away slightly, and will then once again repeat the question and say, "What are you all doing in my room?"
The way that you were posturing, it made me think that she was like holding like a giant stick to beat the shit out of us with.
No, like holding the strap of her backpack in one arm, like as if she's going to like dash away and she doesn't want to drop it.
Whoa, you're Fidan, right?
Her eyes widen and she absolutely takes a couple steps back and she'll say, "Are you following me around? Why did you break into my dorm room when I was in class? What are you doing here? Are you like students?
We're students. We go to Wildcliff. I'm in music. Serenep does elemental stuff. Winsler does. We're all students. We are lost, and we're hoping you could help us find directions.
Get the hell out of my room! I don't care if you're lost. Get out of my room.
Sorry. I like look around for my friends, like, someone help me. What do you say to your mentor's dead wife, like, as a student?
Your roommate?
Integrity.
My roommate.
Yeah. Your roommate.
What?
Do you remember your roommate?
The fuck is happening?
Okay.
What are you? Get out of my room!
I'm trying to wait for her to, like, because I don't know her roommate's name is, so, like,
yeah.
I'm hoping that she would say her name like, "Oh, this person." So
I'm just gonna walk out.
I'm going to.
Okay, Winsler. Yeah, like a normal person.
Okay. I'm.
Yeah, Serenep freaking out by the door.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
As Mira just like fumbles with her words and goes, "Integrity, can you help?"
I'm so sorry.
Integrity goes, "Your roommate."
Jesus Christ. Okay. Serenep's gonna say, I'm sorry about my friends. Yes, we were a little bit lost. We were looking to get some help from you. We wanted to ask you some questions. We asked and they said to come wait, and we thought you were inside already because the door was
locked. Why'd you break into my room?
The door actually opened by itself.
Yeah, we came up and we knocked and we didn't hear anything, but the door opened. And so we thought, it just
went whoosh.
And we were like, you must be inside. We're going to go in and talk to you, ask some questions. And then my companions went further in. We realized you weren't there. And then you came up and asked why we were in your room.
And your roommate's not there, right?
Oh my god.
Integrity, please.
She like shuts her eyes.
I'm sorry. Integrity doesn't do great with words at the current moment.
I do great with words. Serenep.
And integrity, please. Everything you say sounds so suspicious. Even I can see that. I'm so sorry about my cousin. Are you
new here?
Yes.
Like you don't.
We're all very new here. We just got here to this school.
It's the end of the year.
We are doing early.
Are you visiting your older siblings? Are you gonna be here for school next year? Why are you here my room?
Yeah, we were kind of taking a little tour. We lost our friend. But we were told that if we ever got lost, to ask you for help. Because we lost our friend and we are trying to find them again and get back to where we are supposed to be.
Dane?
What?
Integrity, what?
I'm just like dropping names and hope that anything sticks and be like, I know that person.
That would have been a really good deception roll.
Yeah, it would have been. Can you make that deception roll with disadvantage, please, Serenep, because of Integrity's antics?
But that's not deception. Everything Serenep said was true.
That's
persuasion.
True. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. No, but it is deception because Serenep is purposely being like, we're just visiting, like burying the truth behind a very thin veneer of lie, right?
Okay.
So please make a deception check with disadvantage because
it's like a glass of water, and the water is the truth, and the
I
glass
am
is
throwing
the lie.
noodles on the wall and hoping one sticks.
That is 17.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Okay. 17. Okay, 17. She is glaring at Integrity as you all exit her room, which I assume you do, and come stand in the hallway and leave the door open, close the door. It does not matter. As you do this, she's standing on like the other side of the hallway. The hallways are about 2 meters-ish wide, right? So fairly wide, and is just staring daggers at Integrity, and will look over at you, Serenep, and say, Okay, so you're not actually students here, or you're like, are you telling me the truth? You're all telling me really different things.
Genuinely,
You lost your friend.
we lost our
and
friend.
You're new here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very. I'm not lying. We are very, very lost, and we're just trying to get back to where we're supposed to be. And this is gonna sound weird, but we know of you from our friend who we lost, and we are.
What's your friend's name?
I'm gonna look to the others and be like,
Tepathy?
do we just?
I shrug. Like, I have no idea if we should say Artis's name right now.
Sylvie? Any of these names stick?
Integrity, you're
Alina?
trying so hard.
She is just making me think that you're lying to me, okay?
Okay, if I'm gonna tell you the name.
Where are you from? Who did you come here with? Why are you here? New students aren't supposed to be. I'm on the planning committee. I know when people are coming
you're on the
and going
planning
from the
committee.
school.
Okay, I'm going to say the name of the person, and I just is gonna sound weird, okay?
Yeah.
We lost.
She looks very angry with you.
We lost our friend, Artis Artesian.
Fidan Pastlum, this wonderful young adult, this person who you've seen in a painting and written about in books or heard through the grapevine stories about, looks at you, Serenep, has a moment of recognition of like knowing that name, and then shatters into 1,000 pieces as if a mirror has just broken.
Figuratively or literally?
No, literally, shards of glass are now on the floor where she was standing.
What?
Huh?
I think I'm just like back up super quickly.
Mm-hmm. It's a very loud noise too. Like someone might even open their door and say, "Is anything wrong out here? What's going on?"
We broke
What?
Wait.
her.
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened?
Does anybody have any glue?
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Can I run up to my room?
We're gonna glue her back together.
Oh no!
So is there just like glass on the floor?
like shards of mirror? Yeah,
Huh.
I have glue up in my room.
like a big pile of them.
No. I don't think glue's gonna do it.
I'm gonna pick up a
Is
shard.
the same eye effect happening with
Put it in
these
my
shards? Like, could I?
It is. Yes.
I'm gonna pick up one of the shards.
Yeah, you see, as you look into it, you don't see your own eyes reflected in. You almost see a conglomeration of eyes staring through this single shard at you, and behind it, almost a starscape. A sight which is very familiar to you from the time you went to the confluence of potentiality.
Oh boy, is this all just like a fucking?
Is it dying? Is it dying now? Were we not fast enough? Is this what's happening? What?
Are you saying this out loud? I assume you are.
Yeah, like she's like, did
Yeah.
it die? Were we not fast enough finding a replacement? Is this what happens when it dies? What happened to the fates? Why is there what? What?
I heard a voice in the room when this still had like the glossy finish. It said like, please keep looking for a replacement. So maybe
it is still alive.
Maybe it's not, but maybe it's getting close.
So okay. Like, did I notice that she recognized the name before she?
Oh, it was a very obvious, like, oh my god, I think she might have even said, oh, like, as if in recognition, and then just shattered into, like, 1,000 pieces.
Okay, so I don't think we should talk to anyone else about anything at all, ever, again. We have to find, I'm gonna look over to Winsler, because Winsler was there when the whole thing happened in the first place. And I'm gonna say, we have to find a replacement. Would that fix everything here, or?
I mean, all I know is that we're supposed to find a replacement, but I don't exactly know who we could find.
Everyone that we've met that fits some kind of description of it were, in my opinion, bad people that shouldn't have that kind of power. We haven't met anyone. I've been trying to find things. I've been scouring the library, but I could never find something that would be exactly what would be needed. And she's gonna look at the necklace, the triangles and everything necklace that she has had basically from the very beginning of that whole the one
that when you came back was wrapped around you and Winsler, and you've just had it like around your neck for a few weeks now, a while now, almost a full like season of the year now. Ever since like the middle of summer, you've just had this and been always researching it in like spare time and celestials and unmortals and things such as that. Yeah. It's this metal necklace made of triangular links of chain almost.
Okay, so maybe us finding the next confluence of like all different times and realities, maybe that will get us back to where we have to be, because then whoever gets put in charge or whoever is going to be set up, it'll be like, oh, you're not in the right place. We have to get you back to the right place. So we should do that.
That seems like a pretty big undertaking, right? I mean, what were the like conditions when you were there? Like what do you have to find?
We had to find someone who was both wise and unmortal.
Unmortal and wise,
which the wording I don't approve of that much because it's kind of weird.
And like I've been trying to find anything to possibly like get in contact with, but like I've been trying to find a replacement, but I haven't been that successful, and everyone we've met on our journeys hasn't really fit that bill, and so now it's just it's not like I stopped looking. I tried.
I don't. Are golems unmortal? Like I don't know how that. Like okay. Well, so you think that if we have to get back to the right place, we have to find someone. But is there anyone like that like at the school? Because if not, I don't know what we could do except like keep looking around and see if we can figure more stuff out while we're here.
Unmortal and wise. Unmortal.
I'm just gonna
wise.
keep petting Mr. Wiggles.
Okay.
A person who is just decidedly wise and unmortal.
Yeah, like
I'm not
like,
gonna
I think
suggest it, but like.
Like, I think
right
at this point, Sereneth had just kind of like gone off into her own head of like, and she just keeps muttering unmortal and wise, unmortal and wise.
Integrity, were you actually going to run up to your room?
I would like to.
Well, you are absolutely allowed to do such things. There's no rules and regulations about running to your room.
Until there are, when they're conveniently brought up.
Like, obviously, like, while I'm running, like, this is... Let me just say that one of Integrity's best times of having reflective thought is during exercise. So running up the...
How reflective.
So running up the stairs and checking out her room is definitely something that is also a time for her to reflect on who is unmortal and wise.
Mm-hmm. So as you climb these stairs, does anyone jump into your mind as you climb?
Well, I think about Celty. She's unmortal. A little wise, but not
Cunning.
Definitely not the progenitor. They are wise and unmortal, but they're evil.
Evil wise.
And
the worst kind of
wise. The Empress is quite dead, so they can't be unmortal.
Okay. So you think of these people as you run up these stairs, Integrity. There's a couple people that like you almost bump into, but you're just like, you dodge around them and they look at you like an absolute weirdo who's sprinting up the stairs for no reason on this Monday afternoon around lunch. And you can make your way very quickly to your room. You come out on the 6th floor. All of the rooms are marked with nameplates, as you are used to. On your room, it says it says Idleberry and Light Sun, as you are used to. You can pull your key out and unlock the door.
Yes. And
open it. And inside you see your dorm room. You see it's pretty clean. Sylvie's side of the room is very clean. You see very clearly like a salt glyph of wording of some sort on her bed. You do not know what it means, as you are not in divine studies, but it seems to be some sort of godly ward of some sort. And her side of the room seems to be very much well kept. Your side of the room, however, seems to be covered in ripped up pieces of cloth, of like little crumbs and stuff of just like, it looks like someone has created a large burrowed nest on top of your bed and has like ripped up your socks, ripped up clothes, ripped up pieces of fabric that were shoved under your bed. And you see a little 9-tailed squirrel curled up in a little nest atop near your pillow, almost just sleeping away. It seems Ida has had a very good time ripping apart your things and building a little nest system on top of your bed.
Ida Idleberry, come here right now.
Her button eyes don't open because they are button eyes, but she looks at you and just leaps onto the ground, scuttles over to you. She's wearing a small karate gi, perfectly tailored to her. Again, Ida Idleberry is a blue 9-tailed squirrel, bright blue. And she has these button eyes. She's completely knit or made of different panels of fabric at the very least and stuffed. She has this very well-kept karate gi on her. She is cat-sized as well. She's not like squirrel-sized. She's slightly larger than that, especially with the tails. And she will rush her way over to you and like scuttle up your leg very quickly. And like make her way to your shoulder, which is her regular perch.
And if I touch her, like she doesn't turn into glass.
No, she does not turn into a mirror and shatter into.
I mean, a valid concern.
A single thought behind those eyes. There is no danger of this.
And
yeah, Ida seems very reassured. She like makes squirrel noises at you, such as little barks and such things, in happiness that you are home.
So this part is still normal.
Mm-hmm.
And if I look inside my chest, the orb is still there.
You open your chest at the foot of your bed, push aside a few things that were dropped in on top to make it look like a regular chest. Clothes and shoes and some other books and stuff. And there's a small pouch that has a 4-inch diameter green orb in it. Immaculate in quality, right? Like not a single crack, not a single blemish on its surface, nothing. Even as you like hold it up in the air, you can see like little pieces of dust fall upon it, but they don't seem to mark it up.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like it doesn't get dusty just sitting here even. Yeah, it's right there. What did you want to do anything with it?
So once I have like scouted that everything is practically normal in terms of what we know of, like it's still like I'm assuming stone walls, or is it wooden walls?
It's the same. It's exactly the same as you are used to.
Oh,
Stone walls, like the wooden floor, the same door. The beds are exactly the same. Sylvie's bed is made the same way as normal. Everything seems as you would actually expect it to be. Integrity.
So I'm going to run back down with like now Ida and the green orb with me, and I will try to notice which floor it is that what we're used to ends and where it starts. Like when it will start to transition into that, like because the third floor is different. It's like the wooden thing, but where does it end?
Every floor seems to be the same as you run down the stairs until you make it to that third floor, and then it's different in this minor ways. The walls are slightly different, the doors made of different materials, a large pile of broken shards of mirror lying on the floor a few steps into the hallway, no nameplates on the doors. The rest of your friends are still standing here deliberating what to do as you run back to them.
So everything is normal aside from here.
I was about to say, not everything is normal right now.
What do you mean everything is normal?
Well, if you go like higher in terms of the floor of this room, from this floor, it's basically what we're used to, like what it was before, like the stone walls, the same bedroom, everything that we had, or at least everything that I had back in, like 24 hours from right now, was still there.
So the towers are wrong, the infirmary is wrong, this hallway is wrong, the dining hall is wrong, but that floor is fine?
Like everything above the third floor, at least for this building.
That's so weird. So it really is just like two places that got like smashed together. Should we look around and see if there's anyone else here that, I don't know, maybe doesn't belong, or anything that doesn't belong? I mean, if it's a mix of things, then...
We already found that out with Tull.
Yeah, exactly. So I wonder what other parts of the school are different. Maybe that can sort of help us figure out what exactly is going on here. And if we're not able to find a wise and unmortal being on the campus of our small school, maybe figure out a way to get back.
Luke?
Yes.
I have a question.
What's up?
I have a question.
Yes, I'm here to answer these questions. I'm so excited to have been addressed by name in episode. This is so exciting for me.
Okay, sorry. DM, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
So
how can I help you?
Serenep has been spending months trying to do research on unimmortal and wise beings. What is the likelihood here that she would have kept notes on this and put them in her room?
I think 100% you'd have kept notes.
Okay. Because it might work to have...
You can access these notes. I'll tell you right now, these notes won't just tell you who to pick. You don't have research that just tells you what to do.
No, I don't
if you have
believe that,
specific
but I
questions, I could answer those.
Well, I was just thinking, like, in the
For the sake,
like...
for the small price of a good roll, I could give you some answers.
Because my thought process was, if more sets of eyes were... Because, like, so far, she's just been doing the research kind of by herself. Having more eyes look over what she has already looked at, like, in her point form of any of these creatures, like, maybe that would... Or, like, these, like, figures or something, like, maybe that would help find a better match than what she had originally thought.
It could very well be. You do have notes on these. They would be stored in your dormitory. There are no issues of that matter. The only issue is that the notes that you did found were mostly arguing over nomenclature. What is unmortal? Is this a valid term? Are there actual things which are unmortal? If you remember that was a while ago though. So just as a refresher, in terms of like finding actual creatures and trying to look over that, it's not as if you opened the unmortal beings book and it just said go talk to Albert the unmortal. It is not that cut and dry.
Yo, if I roll a high enough number, can I meet Albert the unmortal? And
sure, but he'll be a custodian and he is not unmortal.
Damn
it's
it.
just a name. Because I don't want to just fuck you over for having tried to do this, but I don't also know how much merit there would have been in if you want to go, I think I've come up with some in thinking now. If you wanted to go to Serenep's room and look over the notes that she has accumulated over the past semester of looking into this, that would be okay. It would take more than just today. I'll say that because you've done this over the sake of the course of many nights, Serenep. So if you wanted to, like, even as a group of 4 of you looking at the different like parts, I think this would take it would probably take until tomorrow evening if you guys did it at an actual pace that you could understand things, if that makes sense. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it would be like that's a good, like, it's like an option to have sort of thing. Like,
yeah. If you do want to go have the chance of looking through and finding leads, that's there for you. However, it will take a long-ish time, right? And I don't know how long you all, like, how urgent you feel this is. It's just based on the tone and, like, the conversations. It seems to be a very urgent thing for all of you to get the hell out of here. So make that decision as you will.
I think the big thing would be, like, bringing the option up to the group. So, yeah. So, yes, she would be like, with the situation of trying to find a replacement, and she kind of just goes into, like, I've been doing research, I've been taking notes, they're in my room, which should be here if Integrity's room was the exact same as it was in our reality. So we can try and look into that stuff, or if you guys have another idea, we can try working on that. But just to let you guys know that this information is also there.
Well, we can do both things, right? I mean, we can research and also, look around the school and see what's the same and what's different, see if there's anyone else here who knows anything. There's no reason we have to pick one or the other, right? I really think we should try everything we can to get out of here and get back and, try to find our mentor's body if possible and all of that.
Yeah.
I think, though, that maybe the first steps that we should be taking, because so the solution to the problem is to find because clearly there is something wrong with reality or the planes, and that is something that is under the control of the confluence of potentiality. And obviously, like, we want to find how to get back, so maybe we can sort of try to fix the thing that is currently plaguing us, and then finding the solution once we're back home.
Now, there's also the other thing to make note of. I'm pretty sure the whole, like, smushing together of planes, I'm pretty sure we also saw that happening in Isithil.
Yeah.
In the tree.
Something about a convergence, right?
So it might not be that easy to just, like, go from one plane to another. They're practically connected now. So we just have to live with it and find the solution by fixing the confluence?
I wouldn't jump to that right away. I think we should try to find a solution and then, you know, see what happens from there. But it is true that it seems like it was a thing in Isithil too. But the pole, like the pole thing, that wasn't a thing until we went down into the, you know, the under campus. And so, I mean...
So are we, in that case, still in our reality in the first place, and they just got converged? Do we have to go back to anything?
I mean, that's
possible. I have
possible.
no idea.
And to be specific, Mira, it wasn't just in the under campus, it was when you went into that Shior room that you felt that pull.
Yeah.
Oh, my head is
Reality
hurting.
is collapsing.
It's just like, because this happened before when we were in the purgatory, right? And that was, I think that was when, because you guys asked the confluence person to get us into the right place, and then it happened to us. So it could be connected to that, but then it only happened in the room with all of the Shioran things, so maybe it's connected to that, or maybe those two things are connected to each other. I feel like right now we shouldn't rule anything out.
We need to consider all of our options.
Yeah. This sucks.
So maybe some of us can look back into the notes and try to find someone who can replace the confluence of potentiality, while some of us can also go look out for other weird things and try to figure out if they know something, just so that we touch all our bases. I really don't like it here. It's so weird.
Yeah, I wonder, I don't really like this idea, but if things in the school are different, I wonder if the sewers are still the same sewers. I wonder if that might also be relevant.
I'm going to be shaking my head very strongly because I am like, I don't want to meet another Nesca.
No, me the fuck neither. It's just that the shift happened when we were down in the school. And so I wonder if if there's something like related there, you know?
If Nesca was so cool, why isn't there a Nesca too?
Oh my gosh. I guess, like, we just need to watch out. Like, if Nesca is alive and if this Nesca remembers what we did.
No, I don't think it would be anything like that. I really don't. I just mean, you know, what if it's completely different? What if there isn't even anything to do with that? You know what I mean? Because if there was a shift that had something to do with it, it's probably different there too, you know? And it might be worth, I hate that I'm saying this, but it might be worth checking.
So maybe, like, we could also check if the what's the word for it? Like, where the progenitor is? I forgot the name.
The hatch?
Oh, so maybe it might be worth it to check if the hatch also exists in this place.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a good question.
I'm just trying to think here because, and I don't want to be the person to be like, let's split up and do the things because we have only a certain time frame.
Let's just find the other swim and be like, hey, other swim, these are your
Delegate
tasks.
responsibility, yeah.
But if we do that, which one of us will shatter?
Yeah, good question.
Yikes.
Fun times. I think, okay, like if we're planning to be on the move, I at least want to grab the notebook
from your room.
Yeah. Because like very clearly there's places that people want to go. I want to study the confluence, and they're talking about possibly an enemy that we had die, might not be dead, and so it'd be dangerous for people to go alone. So either we have to figure out a group system of who's going to the room to study and who's going to travel around the school, or we all travel and I have to bring the notes on the go, which would probably slow down the research process.
Mm-hmm. But in the event that something went bad, everyone would be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for example, just to like, this is just me trying to like help out making this decision because this is a thing that's been happening is so you all felt that shifting when you entered into Fadan's room or when you entered into the Shioran ruin in the undercampus. What if you split up? Serenep, you stay in your room, and the other three experienced some sort of shift, and then you were separated, right?
Yeah.
Like that would be, I think, the worst case scenario for everyone. So even though it might slow down the research process, I think that this fact that you would all be traveling as a group might be the smartest thing.
Yeah.
That's me speaking,
That
but feel free to tell me if you all disagree.
Yeah, no, I think
with
that-
that.
Honestly, maybe I could just have like Serenep and a tensor floating disk reading, and then like we're all walking and like doing our own thing while Serenep's
She's just
still like
floating along.
undisturbed doing the research behind me.
Like the papers are all strewn out on the surface of the disc, reading. Everyone's
Yes,
looking
I
at us
love
like,
that
what the fuck
visual.
is happening?
It's very good, yeah.
Just put like a
stressed academia, but on the move.
put a desk and like a seat on the floating disc, and
Her hair is tied up in a messy bun filled with pens while she's making notes.
So the plan is, as a group, you're gonna go get the notebooks and like research materials from Serenep's room,
Mm-hmm.
provided that her room still is her room.
Yeah, if it's not, then we
And
can
not
just
some
travel
weird
away
thing.
from that.
Artist's
And then
room.
from there, where do you plan on going?
Is the old chapel still there? Like, did we see it when we were walking around campus?
Make a perception check, just in like retrospect.
Oh, natural 20 plus.
Oh,
23.
you all go
it
back to your
absolutely
plane.
was. You saw people going in and out of it. In fact, like as if they were going to classes in there.
Oh,
Hmm.
it's not abandoned.
Interesting. Well, we know there's a
Suspicious.
path down there, so that might be a potential way to go.
Yes, that's the quickest way to get to Neska's chamber.
Yeah.
In fact. Yeah.
Well, we can make a stop along the way.
So would that be how you want to proceed? Grabbing Serenep's notebook and then off to the old chapel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Awesome. So we'll pick up with that then next time.
Whoa!
No cliffhanger this
This
time.
almost
folks.
never
Whoa.
happens.
I know. It's a very good way to
It's very
end.
refreshing.
Carla, could you give us an outro?
Hey everyone, hope that you all enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to leave a rating and a review on our iTunes or wherever you listen to this wonderful podcast. And if you don't want to leave a rating or a review, please don't hesitate to share it with your wonderful friends and be like, hey, there's these 5 people and they also do another podcast where they talk about their decisions. I really think that you should listen to it because it's wonderful and they're very charismatic and great.
This is the exact script
Use
you
those
have to
words.
say. You have to
Yeah,
write it down and say it every
Verbatim.
time.
Also, please don't forget to follow us on our Twitter and on our Instagram at Trials and Trebs, where you can see a bunch of updates, see cool art, just all that fun jazz because, you know, like we give updates on there, maybe giveaways in the future when we have the ability to do that.
And if you make art, make sure to tag us either on Instagram or Twitter so that we can also all look at it and share it around.
Yeah, so that's just like a great place to stay updated. We also have a Patreon, and you can find the link to that on our Twitter, on our Instagram, on this where you're
Episode
listening right
descriptions.
now. Where if you are feeling quite generous and you have the means to do so, if you would like to support us through monetary means in order to get some bonus objects,
Or just because you like the show.
or if you just really like our show because we're charismatic and cool.
Yes.
And we're so good with
Yes.
our words.
Exactly.
Yes, we're all wordsmiths.
And last but not the least, we have a Discord server. And it's quite fun if you join there. There's a bunch of cool people. You can talk to us if we are on there, which is quite often, I believe.
Yeah.
More.
I read every single message that gets posted on there.
Oh,
It's horrible.
No
not
secrets are
me.
hidden.
I am very bad at reading. So that is everything on my end.
Yeah,
And I think that is
that's
the
about
end
it.
of this.
Yeah, that was a peaceful episode. Nothing earth-shattering happened.
Shut the fuck
No, just
up.
Fidan shattering.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
See
was my
you
whole
all next week. Bye.
And finally, a familiar face and it's like dead.